Crocheted washcloths are a fun, easy, and practical craft project. I'm Marcy McDonald with Pacific Northwest Suburban Homesteading. Today I will show you a simple washcloth using single crochet stitches. The first step for any crochet project is to pick your yarns. Acrylic or wool does not have the correct characteristics for this application, so I chose cotton yarn. We mostly use them to wash dishes, but they can be used to clean really, well, anything. If you want to use the washcloth for dishes, there is a specialty yarn meant for scrubbing. I haven't tried it, but it does look interesting. I like mine to be more versatile though. Next, we need to pick our tools. I keep a pencil box just for crochet projects. It makes it easy to transfer all of my tools from bag to bag as I change projects. I have a selection of hooks of various sizes and materials, including one that is specially designed for better ergonomics with its padded handle. I usually just use one of the colorful aluminum ones. For this project, I'm using a size I, which is a 5.5mm hook. If you want a looser stitch, use a bigger hook. If you want the finished product of a denser texture, then a smaller one is a good choice. I also will need a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle. My needles are kept in an old mint tin. I use this to store my little yarn bits I trim when I'm away from a trash can. As you can see, I haven't emptied this in a while. Let's get started. Start with a slip knot. I tend to overthink this. Loop the yarn around a finger like this. I don't like to waste yarn, so I leave a short tail. As you tighten the loop, the moving part is not the tail. Slip your hook into the loop and start chaining. I try to be relatively loose in the chain to avoid problems later. Here you can see the U shape that resulted from one of my early bath mats. My chains were too tight compared to the double crochet that came later. I'm mostly self-taught. I've spent a lot of time confused and I have made many mistakes. Some of my comments may seem really basic and obvious, but they weren't to me as I floundered through some of my early projects. I love crochet for how forgiving it is. It's pretty easy to just pull on the yarn and the mistakes go away. I have learned many techniques for fixing it for mistakes discovered when I was several rows in and didn't want to redo that much. Some will likely be shared in future videos. This is a 25 stitch wide single crochet project. We will need to add 2 more chains to make a total of 27 stitches. Turn and carefully slip the hook through the 3rd chain over. Don't count the one that the hook is in. Make sure that you have 2 lines of yarn on top of your hook. Keep the tension relatively firm, but not too tight. Remember that bath mat? Don't do that. Yes, I'm a bit awkward, but if I can do this, you can too. Make sure you keep the yarn behind the hook. Believe me, you want to make sure of this. It can get really confusing if you don't. Yarn over and pull through the loop. Yarn over and pull through a second time. Insert your hook into the next chain using care to avoid twisting. Continue until you get to the end of the chain. You may struggle a bit with this first row. I do sometimes. Take your time, it will be worth it. This is the foundation for your entire project. If it doesn't look right, just pull your hook out, pull the yarn to unravel it, do it until you're happy with it. And finally, the last chain stitch. From here it will be regular single crochet stitches. Well, after the turn anyway. Chain 2, then turn. Once you've turned the project, insert your hook into the first open stitch. Again, this is not the one with the hook through it. Yarn over, then pull through the first loop. Yarn over again, then pull all the way through. Continue with the single crochets and turns. I really like using variegated yarn. I love how the colors transition based on the specific ball of yarn and how no two are exactly alike. If you have the same trouble I do with my ball of yarn escaping, it can be helpful to contain it in a shopping bag on the floor. This bag serves as my transport, but also can be handy for keeping my yarn from wandering off. It's particularly useful if you have feline friends like our homestead cats who might give chase. So how many rows do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, keep going. Right now we are at 20 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I like this a little bit wider, but not too much wider for dishwashing. But you're free to go as far as you want to if you want to do a square washcloth. So let's carry on. $22. Let's see, how many was that? As much as I crocheted, you can still sometimes lose track. So 1, 2. Let's do the last row. Okay, let's finish this off now. I got my 25 rows. Got it a little short. You pull it into a knot, and there we go. So this will make a nice washcloth. You have a tapestry needle for tucking in the ends. The easiest way to thread it is to fold the yarn over, pinch it, and then it goes right through the needle. These are short, so they're a little challenging, but all we really need to do is just kind of weave it through. Nice and tucked in and secure. Let's get the other one. And fold it over. It's a little easier if you leave it longer. It doesn't really matter which row. This one was a little bit easier because of how short the tail is. Just, stick the needle, weave it through the stitches you've already made. Try not to get between the fibers. And then just pull it through. And we got a little bit sticking out here, so I pull a little bit out, snip it, pull it back, and add it to my fluff collection. There we go. That single crochet, variegated yarn. Now you can add a few more rows if you want to make it square. These fold up nicely. This is a highly customizable project. You can add chains in the beginning, or you can add rows as necessary to make it any size that you like. Have fun with changing colors to make stripes, or whatever suits you. One caveat though, the dyes and cotton yarn do bleed if you use dark colors, so they will turn your wash water colors and will fade after a few uses. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, be curious, keep an open mind, and never stop learning.